Hey yo, divine earthlings of the universe. What is up? What is up? What is up? Just want to show y'all that it is 12:12 as I start this reading. Literally, I just lit my incense and did my prayer and cleansed the space and the energy for the divine earthlings of the universe. What is up? What is up? What is up? I do hope that you all are having a good day, good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings to you all, and namaste. So today is August the 5th. It is a Monday, whatever the world says it is. But yeah, it's Monday. But it was 11:55. Well, first of all, I heard, where's my notebook? Let me get my notebook. So as I was like preparing for this reading, I didn't know if I didn't really write down a lot of channel energy over the weekend or over the days off. However, so I just don't like saying weekend. It's not uplifting, right? It don't feel uplifting. Anyway, but I didn't write down a lot of channel energy over the past couple of days. But I did write on August the 2nd, which was Friday, at 4:11 p.m. I did hear, your aura is divinely protected. Therefore, everything you create, speak, touch, love, do, go, accomplish, will all, underline, be divinely protected. And I put like a percentage, like 1,000, infinity, basically, of percentage. So that was on August 2nd. I also wrote on August 2nd, oh my gosh, yo, spirit team, how this just connected. I am done. Because I also wrote on August 2nd, because as I was channeling, let me start there. I know it's already sound a little jumpy. I apologize. So as y'all just saw, I just showed you 12:12, and I was pushing play, and I realized it was 12:12 to start the video. So that's why I opened it up that way. And then I didn't know prior to that, as I'm meditating, I'm like, okay, I know I'm about to be doing a message. I feel it, spirit team telling me to get ready for a message. So then I heard, I was like, well, I don't think I channeled anything. Spirit was like, you did. And I was like, oh, on August 2nd, I just channeled what I just told you guys, right? And then I was like, okay, I probably, and then they were reminding me of what I needed to channel going from August 2nd. Because I also, this is when I started August 2nd writing things. And I touched on these things in my last reading. But I wrote this particular part after that reading. So, in the midst of the stuff that I wrote down and channeled in the last reading I did, probably like a couple of readings back, possibly, it was about how people misjudged you. Yeah, they misjudged you. So whatever that reading is, it has misjudged in the title if you want to go check it out. But in the midst of that, I was reading what I channeled, and it was literally 12:12 when I heard, the war is here. These messages are how to prepare. And I was like, we're going to go back and we're going to do an actual reading about that. You know, I said that in the actual reading because I knew that this was going to be its own message. So it's just ironic and no coincidence that it was 12:12 when I showed y'all what time it was as I sat down for this reading. I didn't know where this message was really about to go. I was like, okay, Spirit, I did channel that. Yeah, you're right. I did channel that. I need to touch on that about this war is here and these messages are how to prepare. And then it was like, are you ready? Because I wrote, are you ready? Which was really referring to that 12:12 message. So now that we're here, oh, I love how this is already connected. Y'all gonna see why. I am so thankful and grateful for my spiritual team. How I connect the dots with them. This is crazy. So today is August the 5th of 2024. And as I was like, okay, I know a message is coming through, So I started to prepare, and that's when I was thinking, okay, well, did I write anything? I went to get my notebook, and I heard they know how to gain power and obtain power. And I heard that. I'm like, okay, they know. And it was just 5:11 on this timer. Spirit was like, yeah, they know how to gain power and obtain power. Excuse me, spiritual burp. So, excuse me, spiritual burp again. I've been burping so much in my readings lately, y'all. It's crazy. So they know how to gain power and obtain power. And y'all can look up the meaning of spiritual burp if you want to. I did that in a reading, like some readings back. Because that's just an inclination of, okay, I'm speaking some truth, some hard truths that don't really want to be probably heard out loud by some, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that's what I heard. And then something was like, look at the time. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the time. And it was 11:55 a.m. when I heard that. I was like, yep, okay, Spirit, we about to do this message. So people are out here, they know how to gain power, to obtain power, and this power energy has been coming through heavy in the collective energy. And then it just refers back to the August 2nd when I heard the war is here. These messages are how to prepare. Are you ready? So are you ready, Divine Collective, for this spiritual versus physical war? It's already happening. Okay, so before I continue, though, I do want to get my disclaimers out the way. So I am not a psychic. I'm just a messenger. I'm here to provide the purest love and light energy from the Most High Creator, my spiritual team, guides, God, Gaia, the universe, the Most High Source, in the purest love and light possible. So this is in no way, shape, or form to impose my feelings, thoughts, or beliefs into your life. I am one reader. You may resonate with another reader, which is a-okay with me. Find the reader that is best for you. If this is any love energy that comes through, I do say he, she, but this could be a male, male, female, female dynamic, or however you identify or resonate with this message. Never force the fit of that Cinderella slipper if you can't fit it, and don't eat the food on the plate if you don't like it. Use your discernment, your free will, your intuition are all key factors, okay, of this message. And it may never obtain or resonate with you, and that's fine. This is a non-judgment zone as well. This is a no debate zone. I'm just getting a channel energy, and I'm just going and rolling with it from what I wrote down as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get cards. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I just go by energetic vibes from my spiritual team. So yeah, this power though, okay, there's a book, the 40, let me get that book because I actually saw that over the weekend as well. Oh, it's right here. I was prepared. This book right here, I don't know if anybody has read this book. I never read it. I used to work at the bookstore. I've mentioned that in some readings. Some of y'all, if y'all follow me, I did work at Walden Books and Borders for like 8 years or so before they closed down, and I got like a lot of books. I love books anyway. Books are definitely something to cherish and keep if you can. Like, definitely keep your books or go and collect some books. This is the knowledge that they don't want for us to actually do this and obtain. They rather we scroll on a device that could easily shut the fuck down, excuse my language, any moment. Oh, I got an audiobook. But what if that audiobook can't open no more because that technology is broken or whatever the case may be? This is this tangible book is a vital key factor for us as people to keep I'm hearing to keep record of. It's like a record keeper. So it's the 48 laws of power. I never read this, but they give you like an overview of the 48 laws. So sometimes it's just like, let me just read what these 48 laws are about. So they kind of give you the content and they give you like a little description of each law. So I'm just kind of skimming through it, and I don't even know which one. It was some that really stood out to me, and it was some that really puzzled me. Like, let me see which one. Learn, like law 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. I was like, dang. 10 on the timer. Thank you, Spirit. Learn to keep people dependent on you. And then this law 14 that I'm just now seeing is pose as a friend, work as a spy. And then there are some, use absence to increase respect and honor. And then one is keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. Whew. Make other people come to you. Yeah, this one really stood out. Law number 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. So this book was probably like Friday or something when I came across it and it stood out, and I was like, let me read this book, or let me just start to go through it, and because it was so powerful. They have other laws from this author too, other books that they've made. So some of you probably have read that. But yeah, so when I heard at 11:55 a.m. they know how to gain power and obtain power, it reconnected me to get this book. I was like, oh yeah, that book needs to be discussed, or some parts of this book stood out to me for a message. And then when I started piecing together that I wrote down, the war is here. These messages are how to prepare and are you ready? People already, to prepare for war. So you have spiritual versus physical war going on. And a lot of these physical people know how to keep their power because they've gained power. They've been doing it. They've studied the laws. Y'all probably hear my clock a lot. I'm going to show y'all. This is my clock. This is what y'all be hearing when I hit this desk behind me. I love this clock too. It's like phases of the moon, which is real cool. And it actually works. Anyway. So, but this power book, so many, it makes sense with the readings that I've already done. People want to have power. People want to keep power. Status quo is power. Financial power. Greed. Money. And I did it reading about people who forfeited their divine gifts basically for power, and how money is not natural. It doesn't grow on trees, but they make it. It's a man-made thing. Money is not natural. It doesn't grow on trees like leaves, and it doesn't grow from the grass. I mean, the ground like grass, but it is green. And then I heard eyes green with envy, which is like this envious energy to have power. But then one thing that I did not mention in that reading, which maybe just because it's for this particular message, that money is the root of all evil. We hear that all the time. 13:22 on a timer. That money is the root of all evil. So to have money being the root of all evil, and they always say money doesn't grow from trees, so how can it be the root of all evil? Yeah, I'm about to get a little deep right here. So if you got the root of all evil, which is money, but it doesn't naturally grow from a root of a tree, and then you can say, well, money doesn't grow on trees. So what's the root of all evil then? How is it the root of all evil if it's not naturally grown? Does that make sense? I know I'm probably twisting up and making some people confused. This man-made power wants you to feel like this is the root that you need to have and sustain a stable life. To be stable in life, you got to have money. Or that mindset of, I need to work, I need to get a check, blah, blah, blah. I need this 9 to 5. I don't know how I'm gonna make it without going to work every day. That's the mentality. And it's unfortunate because you have people who work all their lives, some up till 70 and so, and they never get to obtain the money in their savings or their 401k or whatever the case. And then you have to put life insurance on yourself, so when you die or pass away, you leave that money to offspring, so you'll never see that money in your lifetime, because it's going to go to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. So it's just, or maybe it goes to no one, because some people just have money sitting and it never goes to anybody. Maybe they don't have offsprings. Maybe they don't have a family to leave their heir, as an heir to their inheritance or something. Like, I'm hearing inheritance. Okay, this is about inheritance and inheriting power. A lot of people are out here in power just to inherit more power, more greed. This world is becoming greedy. I'm hearing greedy. The greedy, needy. I'm hearing it's like getting to the nitty gritty. So, and not to say that everybody operates in the mindset of power, because there's people out here who don't care about money, who live a natural life, who travel on a dime, literally. When I did work at the bookstore, and I like how this is connecting, because I worked at the bookstore and there were a travel section, so people would come check out for I would ring them up and they would have all these destinations that they're going to, blah, blah, blah. And this one dude came, and I forgot where he was going, but I think it was London or something like that. So he bought like a book guide to London, and I asked him about it because I always wanted to go and I wanted to study abroad, but I never got the chance. And he was just like, yeah, I just go. I don't have a lot of money in my bank account. I just save what I needed just to travel there. And then when I get there, I'm going to figure out how to get the money I need to get back. But I'm not in a rush to get back because I'm there and I already paid for what I need. He said, I do this all the time. I just travel and I don't work. He saves up what he needs. And it's like excuse me again. He saves what he needs and he gets to where he needs to go. And then from there, he figures it out. A lot of people don't live like that. A lot of people don't think that they are capable to figure it out in survival mode. Like, I'm hearing survival mode is beast mode. It's gonna work out, because this guy, he had his backpack on. I think he was about to leave either that night or something. He'll come back home for a minute and then he'll get his money that he needs again. Then he travels off again. And this was some years ago. So this dude just really, he stood out to me in that moment. And for his energy to come through here for this message, his spirit just did not depend on man-made things. His spirit was like, we about to live life. That's what we here to do. And everything else, when you let go and just let it flow and trust that you're going to be well taken care of, you are going to be well taken care of. You are going to be able to travel. If you're someone who wants to travel, and maybe you don't want to travel, but if you want a family, if you want whatever you desire that you feel that you can accomplish, it is obtainable. Money, you don't always need it. If we wait on a check to eat tomorrow, and then you don't eat tomorrow because you wait on this one check, then you just have it in your mindset that, okay, I guess I'm not going to eat tomorrow then. I guess I can't afford this then. In some cases, unfortunately, people do have to go without eating. And they have to, and it's hard for them to figure out where their next meal is coming from. It's like, that's when you realize how backwards the world is, because everybody should be eating on this planet. It don't make no sense. And then not to even mention, that's a whole nother, I'm not getting down that rabbit hole of food and what's real and how it's not real. These chemically induced products that we put into our body, blah, blah. Even the natural food, it's like, is it natural? Or is it, again, money isn't made on trees, and this isn't made from the earth, so is it natural? Anyway, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent a little bit, but to put yourself in a position that money is the end all be all, that is in a sense the root of all evil, because if we go back to our root chakras, we were born into this world with nothing. I didn't come out the womb with $1,000 in my in my hand or whatever amount of money. But see, then you have, I did hear inheritance earlier. Some people are inheriting money just from their birthright. Like if you think about the royal family, for example, they inherit all that wealth just because they're born. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I love how this message is coming through because of what I wrote down. Oh, shit. This is crazy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit team. And it's 12:33, which is 333. I love that. Thank you for connecting the dots. Okay. Y'all about to see why. Woo. So anyway, when you're inherited into a family, 21 on the timer, 33, this 333 energy. Oh, so also, I got a book over the weekend that I had to get. The Power of Numbers. That's crazy because it got power in it. Oh shit, Spirit, I see what you doing. This is crazy. I didn't even realize that power is okay. This is okay. Let me get my energetic downloads together, because this message is deep. This is why I knew this was going to be a deep message. I even mentioned that in that other reading. I knew it was going to be a deep message. So the war is here, and these messages are how you're going to prepare for this war. The spiritual versus physical war. In a sense, with this book, I feel like this is more of a physical outlook of how to prepare and win, right? And in the spiritual, this book is more of the acknowledgement of how to prepare spiritually. 22:44 on the timer. So this is like the spiritual side, the spiritual war power, right? And this is like more of that physical war power from what I'm obtaining. And even though this power book got some definite dope ass explanations and laws up in there, the power of numbers is how you really get these people. And it's like that. Okay, we're gonna come back to that because I wrote it down. So let me just read this. The power of numbers, and it says how to manifest your true purpose and find meaning in your life. This is how you win a war. Now, with that greed power, that money power, that physical power, the 48 laws of power. See, it's still a number thing because you got 48 laws. But see, the numbers is infinite numbers of spirituality of how you can manifest and find the meaning and the true purpose of your life. This 48 laws, it's like only 48 laws of power in order to obtain and gain power, or to gain power and obtain it. It's only 48 laws. So there's like a limit. Do you get what do y'all feel like, I hope y'all understand where I'm going with this message, because I'm really trying to get it out and there's so much coming at me at one time. So this physical power is limitation. It's a limited gain. So when you gain this liminal, I'm hearing subliminal. Okay. It's a lot of subliminal messages that people in power do to obtain that power once they've gained it. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Spirit team. Because they only got 48 laws that they can work with. So they have to twist it, manipulate it, get it okay, The Art of Seduction. I knew it was another book from the author of The Art of Seduction. They know how to seduce. See, these people are very good at seducing others to obtain that power and keep it. They know how to inherited power. So when you're born into a royal family or a bloodline, are people who just are very financially stable. They've known how to obtain that power for years and years, for generations to come and beyond, to where they know how to have power financially. Okay, now when you go to the spiritual law, mostly the battle is within yourself. The spiritual battle, you got to prepare for that. That's why the war is here. You've gained your awareness of your battles that you have to face and learn how to conquer, because nobody else can win your inner battles but yourself. And I just saw 2605 on this timer, which is my spiritual team showing up. And I had to also face within myself some spiritual battles. And that's how you are winning your own battle. No one can win your inner self but you. And people like to heal, and sometimes healing is different for other people. Sometimes people attach to other people as a healing mechanism. Even if that person isn't a good attachment, or they'll attach to particular habits that aren't good for them, but it's like a healing mechanism, ironically, but they don't realize it. But it's how it is helping them heal, supposedly. But they need to, I'm hearing Spirit say, sometimes people also need to look at the signs and synchronicities of how they're healing. How are you healing? Are you winning within? Are you covering up? So that inner battle is always tough. So when you get the power of numbers, how to manifest your true purpose and find meaning in your life, you learn how to heal yourself and win those battles, to where you know how to win a battle in the physical form. Like I'm hearing the movie Taken. I don't know if anybody's seen that. The very first one was one of the best. I think the second one was good too, but the first one was the best. It was about his daughter. She gets taken. She's overseas. Ironically, she's abroad, and she goes with her friend, and she ends up getting taken. So her dad is this skilled, like lethal, what is he? Like a spy or something? I forgot. Let me look it up, since I'm thinking about that movie. Okay. Taken. Liam. He's a good actor too. Liam Nielsen. So that movie, okay, yeah, a former government operative. Oh, the fact that I knew it, that's why I had to look it up, because he's very skilled. He got all these skill sets that people, you took his daughter, these people don't know the man, so you don't know who her father is. You taking this girl, you don't even know who her father is. So she inherited, like she's a part of his bloodline. And sometimes we don't even realize the bloodline that we're born into, and the power of one person. They might not have a lot of dollar signs flashing around, but you inherited into a bloodline of a government operative, right? With all these skill sets and all these spiritual gifts, because we definitely got spiritual gifts, or all of these wisdom. I'm hearing you've inherited into a bloodline of keen eye of wisdom. Okay, you're very you see when something ain't right. You pick it out. Like your eye is very keen. I'm hearing like keen eyesight, keen discernment. You pay attention to each fine detail. You read the dotted lines until the dotted lines are more dotted lines you can't even see. Like, that's how keen your eye is. So her father, a former government operative, is trying to reconnect with his daughter. Then his worst fears become real when sex slayers or slavers, so they're basically like human trafficking, okay, basically. So she's about to be auctioned off. He must call on every skill he learned in Black Ops to rescue her. So he has to now, every skill that he's learned by being a former government operative, he is applying that skill in order to save his daughter. These people don't even know who this man is. So you got people who don't even know who you are. They know that you probably are very skilled, are very keen to paying attention, but they just don't realize the magnitude of how you prepared just by fighting your inner battles. Like, this movie is 1 hour and 33 minutes. Okay? That's crazy. That movie is 1 hour. It's a little blurry. 1 hour and 33 minutes. And they got a 7.7 out of 10. And it's 12:44 p.m. I know this sounds a little choppy. I'm trying to really get it out the best I can. So I apologize if y'all are getting confused. Okay? It is a little confusing though, because this is the confusion is the mind of how to win the battle. Me even speaking on this, it's like I'm not even speaking on the realness of it. This is like me just touching it, a tip of it. But the realness of it. Well, the reason why, because we opened up to 3, the entertainer. And I did hear 333 earlier. It was 1212, which was 33. So 3 is really standing out. Let's read it. Yo, you know what? I'm not doing this. Look what this says. The U.S. government has 3 branches. The U.S. government. Didn't this movie say a former government operative? I'm done. Y'all definitely chose it for this mission. And so let me get back to my notes. So this is August 5th. I wrote that at 11:55 when I heard they know how to gain power to obtain power. Then I heard this spiritual army. So I heard something about a spiritual army, and I heard being called into action, battlefield. And that's why the other message would make sense. Are you ready? These messages are going to help you prepare for your spiritual war against the physical war. See, these physical people in power have already been in power. They already know how to win the war because they've been winning the war. So now the spiritual army is rising up. The spiritual leaders, the spiritual generals, the hierophants, the high priestess, high priest. These emperors and emperors are rising in power. These divine collectives, these light workers, these star seeds. That is the army of spiritual most high army. That's who they are. And they're being called into action. So these people have literally won inner battles within to where they're ready to fight the outer world now. Okay. So then I heard Battle of the Bastards, which is a Game of Thrones episode, against Jon Snow and Ramsay Snow. Jon Snow is a Stark, House Stark. I love my original Game of Thrones. Yes, the last couple of seasons was but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. For y'all who know, y'all know, okay? Anyway. But I still love that because Jon Snow, then all of a sudden I started to write I'm not going to really finish reading this, but it's just crazy that this opened to 3, and it says the U.S. government has 3 branches. Just want to make sure. I might come back. But look, the number 3 also symbolizes increase in abundance. Increase in abundance. I think what I was trying to do, though, is go to 1212. I think 1212 is in here. Hopefully. Yeah, it is. Since we started this reading at 1212. So I do want to see what 1212 is. 12 feels alive. We have 12 numbers on a clock, 12 months in a year, 12 signs in the zodiac. Jesus had 12 apostles, which corresponded to the 12 tribes of Israel. The ancient Greeks imagined 12 gods living atop Mount Olympus. 12 inches make a foot, 12 things make a dozen. This number thrones with life. So does angel number 1212. The appearance of this number should produce a little joint within you, a little zip of energy, a little zing of pleasure. It's like a spoonful of caffeine straight from the universe. It gives us a boost we need to get back on track. It reminds us to give energy back to the world. We could do more than our fair share pitching in and supporting someone who could use help. Yeah. So it brings energy equilibrium to the universe. Some days we make a deposit and some days we make a withdrawal. Wow. This number 12 is definitely highly significant, though. And then Mount Olympus. The Olympics are happening as well in this time frame. I haven't really been watching the Olympics. I love track and field, and I like to catch gymnastics, but I've been missing them. But either way, it's just crazy that that's also happening in this moment. And how the Olympics is a world thing. It's bringing the world together, ironically, through these sports. And 1212 is a connector for the universe to bring the world together. So these numbers, like I mentioned, these readings are how you prepare to help connect the world in the spiritual versus physical war with your spirituality and your knowledge that you're gaining, that you train for, like this government operative. Again, this father on the movie Taken, he has to with just 4 days until Kim will be auctioned off because his daughter against human trafficking here. Brian must call on every skill he learned in Black Ops to rescue her. So you have to now rely on every skill that you learn how to win your battle. So when it comes to this Battle of the Bastards episode, Jon Snow, so I'm going to show y'all what I wrote. I wrote Jon Snow and I wrote Ramsay. And then I started writing all of this about Jon Snow, and then all of this came about Ramsay. For those of you who haven't seen Game of Thrones, this isn't really giving away anything. It's just letting you know about their character. So Jon Snow, he was a noble man, very noble person. So I say, you are Jon Snow. You were born again, because he was born again in this series. If y'all watch it, you'll see what I mean. I don't want to give nothing away, but he was definitely born again. He was a humble person. He was respected by all walks of life. He didn't aim to fit in. He doesn't care about title or status. He was labeled protector of the realm way before he knew he was a protector of the realm. He was already instilled in him, like he felt that. So you, Divine Collective, have already felt like you are here to protect the world. And then I also wrote, the dark highly knows who you are, because the White Walkers, they're like the underground darkness of the show. The head person, the Night King, knew who Jon Snow was. He knew him. I think that's the episode called Hard Home. When he encounters the Night King, I probably am giving away some shit now. I'm sorry. But y'all can still watch it because it's not really giving away anything. But he definitely knew who John was. Like, the dark know who you are because you're a protector of the realm. You're known on all realms. All realms know who you are, but they also don't realize your skill set. Even though these people know who you are, they don't realize your skill set, which is how you are also winning the war. So even with this reading, for those who want physical power, or for those who ain't really vibing my reading, are just watching it to obtain knowledge about divine collectives and their mission and their love life and whatever, blah blah blah, they still will not know the in-depthness of your power or your journey or what you're struggling through. I don't want to say struggling through, because struggle, we got to be mindful of our words, or what you have gotten through those hardships. They're not going to know your hardships. They're not going to know how you got overcame. You were still on the ship, even though it was hard, you got through it. They're not going to understand all of that. Spirit is not going to let people know your ins and outs of your life, because this energy is already out to where even the darkness knows this energy is happening. That's why they're trying to obtain power and keep power by putting out more evil into the world. And we feel that heavy. It's a lot of evil ass energy out here in this world right now. So that's how they know how to keep that power going, keep that condition conformness going. Not thinking that the spiritual army, they know the spiritual army is rising up. That's why a lot of spiritual messages or readers are populating. It's oversaturated to confuse people. Oh, you listening to that reader, so they telling the truth. You listen to that reader, so they telling the truth. Or keeping your mind focused just on, oh, this love journey, but not the bigger picture. It's to keep your mind on a low frequency, even though you have this spiritual high-ass power like Jon Snow. Then you have this Ramsay who I heard what goes around comes around. He wanted, again, Ramsay was that inherited into power. So I'm going to use all my power because it was inherited. So that's why I said royalty. When I heard the royal family, you could be born into royalty. And with this show, Game of Thrones, people were born into royalty because they want that power. And so since they're born into it, they're going to try to utilize it the best they can and keep it going. So with Ramsay character, he had what goes around comes around. And he was too prideful to admit faults. He demanded respect, but only gave disrespect. He was uncaring, unkind, rude, and evil. And I underlined evil. And then the person that he least expected is the person who taught him a vital life lesson and lessons. And I said, after all the gain power, he feels less than. So you got people out here gaining all this power, and at the end of the day, they feel less than. Damn. Ooh. So let me sage that. I don't think I really even put my sage. I need to sage this energy. Maybe that's why I was supposed to get that message out to sage it out. Spirit's like, we're gonna clear that energy out. Energy is cleared out of the divine collective space and aura. Ooh, you got a lot of people. I'm hearing Spirit say they about to be cleaned out, wiped out. I'm hearing wipe out. Spirit is wiping this out, because I'm going back to the Taken movie, and it was just 12:55. Spirit is wiping this out, because that one guy took down all those people just by his skills and his knowledge in the Taken movie. He took down all those people. He wiped them clean, wiped them out. Yep, 44 on the timer. They didn't know who they was messing with. These people don't know who they messing with. This spiritual army, oh, they're not going to do any harm. But see, the way you know numbers and the way you pay attention and all the skill set that your inner battle, see, you had an inner battle. Nobody fought with you on that battlefield. Internally, you had to do that yourself. That's why these people don't know what your skill set is. So no matter what a reading, if people are trying to listen to what you, or even get a reading on you, they not going to know your actual skill sets. Because it's more than what a reading can tell them. Spiritual team got you so highly guarded and protected that nobody, oh, thank you, Spirit. That's why I heard on August 2nd at 4:11 p.m., I heard your aura is divinely protected. Therefore, everything that you create, speak, touch, love, do, go, like where you go places, are accomplished, will all underline be divinely protected. And that was that 1,000 to infinity, basically, percent. That's why everything, anybody trying to speak on you or learn about you or try to figure you out, or even people that know you or knew you, they don't know you. And I'm hearing they don't know or knew you. You've been divinely protected. And so whatever you share with people, then people will know. So you're very selective at this point, because Spirit, this is how the spiritual army is being cultivated to prepare for this physical versus spiritual war. I hope this reading made sense. I really, really do. So before we end the reading, I know it's almost an hour. I am going to go to my ding, 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 ding Game of Thrones cards. Okay, we got it. We got to end it with a Game of Thrones card. We just got to. Eight of Cups, walking away. You done walked away from people. You done walked away from people. This is why people don't know who you are. Because you walked away. Yep, that was your justice. See, justice has been called. You walked away and there was justice called once you walked away on these people. Or on this battle. You're getting justice. The world is getting justice. See, you kind of keep it to yourself as bringing the world justice as well. Or walking away from certain things is bringing unity, because this is the Four of Wands, basically. Yeah, it's bringing unity and stability. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Yep, it's bringing unity and stability. Ooh, the Two of Swords. Aura, I love her. She got a wood sword and she has her needle sword. And this is when she was going through her gift of discernment. That's why Spirit said people don't know the skill set that you went through the dark. And she had a lot of discernment tests in the dark that people don't even know about. But she know. And she stood up for her inner, like she won her inner battle. She did. I love that episode when she was going through this. Yeah, in her hermit energy. She won it in hermit. People are not going to know your skill set. Because how you win your battles is usually in hermit. To where nobody knows what's going on with you. And he had the gift of sight. He couldn't even go nowhere. But see, on the show, Brandon, he had a gift from Raven. Like, he would get downloads and dreams and visions. But he was paralyzed. He couldn't walk. So people would be like, well, how you know this information? Because he's spiritually inclined. Spirit is giving him them downloads. He don't got to go nowhere. So these two are really standing out to me because both of them went through discernment tests. And they were more spiritually enlightened and gifted than anybody probably thought. And they knew things that nobody thought that they knew. And how they knew it. And so going back to what I wrote down, the person they least expected is the person who taught them the vital life lessons. And then, so everything after they gained all that power, they feel less than. So you got people, you out here people teaching people vital lessons about themselves and about life. That's how you are also winning the battle. It's kind of like, okay, these people know how to gain power and obtain power. But see, you have this spiritual power that is like reflecting back, like throwing their ego back to them or something. It's like reflecting a more clear vision. Like when they look in the mirror, it's like they can see the pixels on their face. You hear that beeping outside? They can literally see the pixels on their face, 50-50 on the timer, which is 10. It's like they come into full circle of who they are. That's how clearly that people are able to see themselves once they've dealt with you. You don't got to get up. You don't got to go fight them on the actual field. Like Jon Snow, he was a peaceful dude. It was Ramsay, it was his ego that wanted to fight, that wanted to keep that power and obtain and control and hurt people. Jon Snow was trying to make it be like, okay, we gonna chill. He had a noble heart, but once he realized on that battle that Ramsay is lethal, he don't fucking care, excuse my language, that's when Jon was like, okay. He wanted to give up so bad, but Spirit was looking out and protecting him even in that moment. And he still got the high respect in that justice. Yeah, the justice cards, I pick it up. Yeah, there was still justice that came through. Things were put to rest. Because, yeah, the 8 of coins. Because he worked so hard to where, yeah, the Emperor. Thank you, Spirit. The Sun. And this is Jon Snow. You the Emperor. I'm telling you, bringing light to the world. Bringing light to the world. Damn, because of your hard work. And you laying to rest things that a lot of people don't like to confront within themselves. And then I'm hearing like you put people to rest. Like you cut so much shit out. You do got the Hermit energy here that we saw. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, when you walked away, you brought justice and order, and you ended, people felt dead inside. Like they don't feel like they know how to win the battle. Oh, I'm also getting, with you around, see, you walked away from some people, you were like the, what is it? They knew you were like a government operative right here. Okay? They knew you had a lot of skill sets, so you being around them, they were able to win the battle because they was getting your knowledge. It's like keep your friends close, your enemies closer. That's how that power. Didn't I hear that with the law? Whatever they was talking about, some of these laws are puzzling. It's like, damn, this is like a book of, I don't know, evil intentions to me too. This power book, it could really bring some evilness out here. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at it in a way, like looking at these laws, how to keep people dependent on you, like pose as a friend, work as a spy. Law 14, it's kind of like these laws, and see, people were posing as friends, but they was working as spies to get your skilled intellect. Because you were protector of the realm, like, well, let me be close to Mr. Jon Snow or the Divine Collective so I can get their intellect, and that's how I know I can obtain my power and keep it, or gain more power and keep it. Because these people were posing as friends, but they were spies. But see, you flipped the script. You, the Emperor, still showing up in the sun and upright. And it was a hard thing, but you worked so hard to put to rest certain people. And you didn't have to say much. And that's why your title is here. You did all of that, and it's bringing in unity, even in your personal life. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, Divine Collector, because dang, this is an hour. I know it was choppy too. I was trying to get this out the best I could, so I apologize if it was not understood accurately as I was trying to put it out. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the message, for staying on board for this long. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you like the vibe of the channel, you can definitely stay on board, connect. Let's see what Spirit got in store as we continue to uplift ourselves, humanity, and each other. And for those of you who have subscribed, you are always so appreciated. I'm very honored to be a blessing for you in this walk of life on the spiritual journey. If it did not fit, though, don't force the reading to fit your life, okay? And if you ever want to get in touch with me, I have my email in the description. I do not have comments on my posts, but thank you guys so much again. I do hope that you have a good day, a good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings to you all. Namaste. Thank you.